Hello everyone and welcome to this week's review. The newest Disney animated movie is being released this week in whichever cinemas open and is a $30 rental on Disney+. Such is the world we now live in. Centering on a young woman out to reverse the effects of a magical curse, Raya and the Last Dragon has the filmmakers and artists at Walt Disney Animation going for more of an action-adventure vibe, which is also an example of the variety of stories they're making now. How does the movie stack up? I thought it was a lot of fun. Inspired by Southeast Asian culture, the film does a really good job of building this world and portraying its mythology. The people and locations of Raya and the Last Dragon are well established from the beginning, and it's clear how society functions and what the motivations of the characters are. It's a credit to the filmmakers that the needed backstory and information is given to us without affecting the pacing or the story, and I was enthralled from the start. The characters are also really well developed and have the required depth. Raya becomes someone whose actions make sense, and we understand why she views the world's current situation the way she does. Same goes for Sisu the dragon. When she's introduced early in the movie, she has the comedic banter we expect, and the jokes do land, thanks to Awkwafina's excellent vocal performance. However, the film also manages to show her more serious side, and Awkwafina sells those moments too. The same goes for the supporting players we meet along the way. They initially presented as comic relief, but then the movie peels away a bit more and then helps make them even more endearing characters. People might look at the previews and assume Raya and Sisu are the mismatched pair often portrayed in Disney's recent animated films. However, they're not that mismatched, as they do have a common goal in stopping this curse, and they both understand the urgency of it. They just have slightly different ideologies, both of which make sense considering what they've been through. Regarding the visual presentation, Raya and the Last Dragon is, unsurprisingly, a gorgeous-looking film. The artists and production designers did an excellent job of portraying the different locales the characters visit, each of which feel distinct. The action scenes also feature some excellent choreography whenever Raya launches into fighting mode. They're appropriately intense, and the editing is fast-paced, while still allowing us to appreciate each step and movement. It's often said that action movies are like musicals in their structure. They just replace song numbers with battles and fight scenes, and that definitely applies to where Raya chooses to place the action sequences. I've seen some confusion and even gripes about Raya and the Last Dragon not being another Disney musical, but I'm not sure where you would even place the songs. I also want to praise the character animation on Sisu. She's wonderfully expressive, and they found so many creative uses for her body and the way it moves through the scene. Her facial movements also add to the character's likability. Above it all, there's a worthwhile message about the need for different nations to figure out a way to work together rather than being hostile towards one another. There are too many stories in history of countries battling and hating each other rather than figuring out a way to improve the lives of their citizens. Raya and the Last Dragon is not going to change the world, but it's still good to see it present these ideas to the audience. Finally, adding to what I said about this not being a musical and how that's fine, I think it's great that Walt Disney Animation is not just sticking to one thing nowadays. Sometimes we get a musical, other times we get a high-concept comedy, and here we have a pure action-adventure. I like that there's a variety in the types of animated films they're making now, and partly why I think the studio has been on this long hot streak of great movies. This also extends to the talent involved. Raya was directed by Don Hall, a longtime Disney story artist who previously directed Winnie the Pooh and Big Hero 6, and Carlos Lopez Estrada, a live-action independent filmmaker who made the racial drama Blindspotting. Both are from very different worlds, but they complement each other really well on this movie. I'm loving what Walt Disney Animation is doing now. I'm excited where their future takes them. Overall, Raya and the Last Dragon is an exciting and imaginative adventure with plenty of creative world building, memorable characters, and the needed stakes. Thank you for watching this week's review, and I'll see you next time.